A fairly ubiquitous example of delivering convenience via QR codes is Google's Favorite Places program pictured on the left. Google provides these businesses with window decals that have personalized QR codes, which passers-by can scan to get to the merchant's Google profile page. There, the business can post coupons, images, YouTube videos, their hours of operation, maps, and other information about themselves. Better yet, the consumer can access all of this content even if the business is closed. On the right is a screenshot of the Best Buy smartphone app. Among the many features of the app is a customized QR reader that is skinned with Best Buy branding. Users access it through the little yellow box on the top right. When consumers scan barcodes in Best Buy's print ads, FSIs, and in-store media, consumers can get detailed product information and reviews, see trailers for DVDs that are on sale, and other exclusive content. There are two advantages to approaching QR codes this way. First, Best Buy can control where the users go on the mobile web. Scanning codes brings them to a Best Buy destination on the mobile web, instead of sending them to an unaffiliated site that may direct them to another place to purchase. Secondly, Best Buy generates a ton of useful data about their consumers. Which codes were scanned, where the consumer was when he or she scanned the code, how sticky was the page that the code took them to, etc.
When it comes to delivering entertainment, one great example is a campaign from the band Passion Pit. In the UK, they distributed the coasters you see here, featuring a QR code that could be scanned for an MP3 of their latest album, a coupon to buy the record, and more. Meanwhile, the Dutch company 94 Wines, pictured on the right, uses a number of innovative marketing tactics, including QR codes. Customers who want to personalize a bottle as a gift can create a message using text, images, or video that the recipient can view by scanning the code. It's probably worth mentioning that there is a major import beer brand that is prominently including QR codes on their secondary packaging this summer, which points consumers to 3 branded smartphone apps. Moving on to examples of exclusive content, we're not surprised to see Axe successfully integrating yet another innovative marketing tactic. They are currently providing backstage videos from their Twisted Humor comedy tour to consumers who scan the code on samples, handouts, and print ads for Axe's new Twist fragrance. In this case, you'll notice that they used a JAG tag rather than a QR code, but the point about content still applies. On the right is a QR code that we at Upshot created for last year's South by Southwest Interactive Conference. We wanted to promote our agency to this tech-savvy audience, so we created a mobile accessible music calendar for the various venues on Austin's 6th Street, so that conference attendees could navigate the nightlife more effectively. But to make sure our site stuck out among the other flyers and stickers covering the conference center, we chose to promote the site only with the stickers you see here, knowing that this tech-savvy audience would be intrigued by the presence of a QR code. Notice that none of these examples used a QR code in isolation. In each case, the code leads the user to compelling content that is part of a larger marketing platform. The QR code is not a campaign on its own.
At this point, it's clear that marketers are figuring out how to integrate QR codes across a variety of touchpoints. However, we think the $64,000 question, if not the $64 bajillion question, is how QR codes will be activated in the in-store environment. We believe that these codes will become an important way for brands and retailers to interact with what we call the digitally enabled shopper, a consumer who is armed with digital tools that provide unprecedented power and choice in the shopping experience. Anything that you've previously put on a tear pad, shelf talker, decal, or other in-store touchpoint can also be effectively and compellingly delivered via QR codes. These codes could be used in a slew of ways, including mobile coupons, sweepstakes entries, virtual punch cards, adding items to a shopping list, installation instructions, how-to videos, in-store navigation, connecting to social networks, or identifying products past their expiration dates. Manufacturers can use QR codes on packaging or in-store signage in order to communicate a wealth of product information, ranging from recipes to pairings, health and wellness information, to carbon footprints.
There are also applications for customized shopper marketing programs. As brands are increasingly expected to create specific content for particular retailers, QR codes are another tool for delivering this content. You may have heard about the charitable Ben & Jerry's flavors available exclusively at Target, which are pictured here. For custom programs like this, a QR code on the packaging or in-store media could have provided more information about the program, or even a means to donate through one's mobile phone. Moreover, QR codes can deliver shopper marketing messaging without requiring a separate SKU.
Now, QR codes are becoming more ubiquitous, and within the next 12 months, most Americans will probably be familiar enough with them to know what to do. But what about consumers who don't know how to scan a QR code? For now, it may be worth offering an accompanying explanation in order to increase the number of consumers who can participate in the campaign. Coming from an agency with a lot of creatives, we know that the last thing they want to see is a bunch of print explaining to people how to use a QR code. As you can see in the picture on the left, these instructions can make an ad so uninteresting and cumbersome that the message will simply be lost in the clutter. On the other hand, the picture on the right shows how these instructions can be delivered with a single well-written line. Some marketers have also offered a text option that sends users a direct link where they can download a QR reader. This is a great way to ease consumers into QR codes. But again, all of this is a temporary problem. Almost every new smartphone will come with some kind of barcode reader pre-installed, and most consumers get a new phone every 18 to 24 months. As of November 2009, there were over 45 million smartphones in the U.S. That number is expected to be about 150 million by mid-2011, according to Nielsen. Even a conservative estimate suggests that there will be an enormous audience for these codes in the coming year.
So what can you do right now? Well, for starters, you can create your own QR code for free. You could try it yourself at QRstuff.com and show it to your colleagues. It's an extremely intuitive technology once you see it in action. As with any communication medium, there are best practices for creating a QR code. Please contact us if you would like the full rundown. But here's the gist of what you need to know. 1 inch by 1 inch is about as small as you can get for the codes. Keep in mind this is from where the user is standing. If you put it on a billboard, for instance, you'll want to make sure that it's big enough to scan from wherever consumers are most likely to spot it. You can use color in these codes, but you'll get the best results from a black code on a white background. Again, make sure the destination site is formatted for mobile devices. But perhaps the best advice is to try scanning the code yourself. The QR code pictured here probably isn't working for you, and it wasn't working for me when I saw it down the street from our office. No matter what angle I scanned from, the reflection from the surrounding buildings kept the code from being read.
We want to remind you that we will be continuing to monitor QR codes and other barcode marketing executions at Upshot's company blog, theawesomeblog.net. You can access the blog by scanning the QR code on your screen. In the next week, we will also be posting one of Upshot's famous potty postings on the topic of marketing via barcodes, taking a more lighthearted approach that's ideal for teaching colleagues about the topic.
And that wraps up today's Smart Shot. Thanks for watching.